The Nigerian government has condemned Canada for denying visas to its senior military officers, including the head of the military. They were supposed to attend an event in Canada and only to be denied a visa by the Canadian embassy, and they couldn't attend the event. And we've had all sorts of stories. And on the flip side, the DSS director said overtly, or is it covertly now, he was the one responsible for the CDS not getting the visa to be in Canada. And he said it, like we said, on the flip side, and said you don't undermine, underrate the director of DSS. And if he is the one in charge, or someone like him is the one in charge, I mean, they had an event. How would you abandon the event at home and want to go and attend the event in Canada? So he simply went to the Canadian embassy, deny this man visa, don't give him visa. And like we said, it's on the flip side. But then there has been serious talk about the issue. Why would Canada deny top military officers in the country visa to Canada to attend an event, an official event that is meant to celebrate
veterans,
injured veterans, you know. First of all, I would like to say that I am surprised that such a thing is happening, because Nigeria commenced diplomatic relations with Canada maybe about 1961 or 62, and there has never been any contentious issue, to my knowledge, between Nigeria and Canada. If anything, Canada is probably the greatest hassle-free destination for Nigerians in the Japa syndrome. It is a country that has been quite welcoming to immigrants. It is a country that has even advertised for immigrants, particularly in some fields of human endeavor. And Canada is about the size of the United States. It has, I think, 5 time zones, from Montreal on the east coast, yes, to Vancouver on the west coast. So for them to display such, shall I say, disrespect, disregard, unfriendliness, hostility to Nigeria, for me it is very surprising. I have never been to Canada before, but I know a lot of Nigerians that were educated in Canada, including my father, you know. So I'm surprised that Canada decided to behave like that to Nigeria, more so that I think I don't have the official figures are a little bit muddled up, but the Chief of Defense Staff, and I think we will hear him speaking later, said that half of the team had gone and the other half, which included him, was denied visa. So one can only wonder that Canada, that should be looking for allies now, given the onslaught of Trump to make Canada into the 51st state of America, one would have thought that a fellow Commonwealth country like Nigeria should be an ally that they should be courting. Instead, they have decided to bone for us.
You know, it's
Grace, tell us about this event.
Yeah, so it's the
Invictus Games.
Yes, put together by Prince Harry. You know, he used to be in the military, and he saw how that when he was on tours, different tours, how that people were injured and they probably could not come back to their normal life. You know how they always have a way of putting their veterans into a system. So he came together, put up a you know, maybe let's say
a charity
yes,
to organize games
for veterans, and so it brings people around the world, you know, just to say, okay, in the spirit of what we have gone through, let's share our experiences. But despite what has happened to us, we can always move ahead, we can always forge ahead, we can always aspire for different things. You know, he was in Nigeria recently with his wife, where they came to talk about the games and to probably form a, you know, an official alliance with Nigeria. I know that's why they got the invite to be there.
But you know, some have criticized the numbers. How would Nigeria be going with that number to the event? But we should also understand that it's a game.
It's games.
So if it's games, you should expect a large contingent.
So the other time when people were going to Dubai, you know, Dubai had at that time had put a lot of restrictions, and then we saw a lot of people that were going to Dubai then for, and then the government came out to say that, oh, out of all the number, it was just a small number that were, you know, officials from us. So I'm sure maybe that would have been the case, that maybe some people had, you know, found their ways to just get into the games. And because right now I know that Canada has increased some restrictions in terms of allowing people to come into their country, but you know, with the games, it comes with relaxed with some form of relaxed conditions that would allow for more people to come. Now, with that in mind, I'm even still surprised that, you know, our Chief of Defense Staff, which is a very nice man that we, you know, that has put in a lot of effort in ensuring that there is peace in a lot of places, especially in Kaduna. So let me commend him for that. And you know, this is one man that I don't think he would run away now. So even if they were worried about others running, but I don't know if it was like a class action thing that, okay, we're not taking any more or whatever it is. You know, they decided that they were not going to tell us the reason, that it was best kept with them. So whatever the reason was, I just want to believe that it was not a targeted thing. That's what I believe, that it was not targeted at him, because if you're targeting him, you know, he represents a formation that represents a country. So I believe that it was just maybe like a class thing, that, okay, we're not taking more people from that place. And it happened.
Some have said it should have been the Foreign Affairs Ministry that should have arranged the travels for the CDS.
For me, you see, we should not get carried away with whether this ministry or that ministry. This CDS is one that travels a lot, and he did not just become the CDS overnight. I think he has about 33 years or so, 34 years of service. I know he was in Qatar, Dubai, and all those places very recently. And for them to say 1 minute, I want to believe that.
Let's listen to the NSA. What the
Ribadu,
the National Security Advisor, did say as far as this is concerned.
Thank you for the courage to say that Canada denied you. Even though it's painful, it's disrespectful, but we are people, we are strong, and I agree with you. We have to fix our country. We have to do it well. Yes, this disrespect is too much.